And we continue with our team coverage on the weather.
Right now, hundreds of salt truck drivers are preparing for this week's wild weather to be forced to be a little patient. Some salt shortages in the other areas are causing long lines at the Gateway Terminal in New Haven.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Roger Suzanne joins us now live in New Haven. And Roger, is there enough salt to go around? What's the deal?
Yeah, Nicole and Wendell, that is certainly the big question. And the answer to that question is yes. Gateway Terminal officials and DOT officials both stress they do have enough supplies to get us through this potentially crazy week of weather. But actually picking up salt here, you can see, is no easy job. Yes, this long line stretches down Style Street here in New Haven. In fact, we can't even get to the large salt pile because of this small army of contractors. Some of these guys tell me they've been waiting as long as 5 hours. And again, the wait certainly continues for many of them. Now, there are a couple of reasons that this is happening. The recent storms have really diminished the salt supply in some other areas of New England, which is forcing some drivers from out of state to come here to Connecticut. In fact, I just spoke with a driver from Carver, Massachusetts, named Chase. He normally picks up salt in Providence, Rhode Island, but he says the pile there is completely gone, so his company has been forced to drive all the way down to New Haven. And a lot of Connecticut contractors tell us the closure of the new London port salt storage operations is also a big part of their problem. You may think this is really just an issue that the drivers have to deal with, but again, you got to think about the fact that many of these men and women are state contractors, which means every minute they spend waiting for salt will be paid for eventually by taxpayers.
We wait in line for a minimum of 2 hours. There's another $180. So it's costing me an additional $360 per load.
Yeah, so time certainly is money for these men and women, and eventually we will shoulder the burden. By the way, a lot of these drivers say they are already planning for crazy road conditions this week, so they ask everybody to make preparations to hopefully stay home later this week. Reporting live in New Haven this morning, I'm Roger Suzanne in Channel 3 Eyewitness News.